desiblitz.com.
मेरा नाम एडम यही सब मेरे पाप की जमीन है।
ठीक है, एक्सेलेंट।
तानिया क्या मतलब है तुम लोग नहीं आ रहे? हमारी फ्लाइट है अभी थोड़ी देर में।
I've no comparison besides stuff working in North America, and I really find that CTS wasn't a typical Pakistani film because we're in the mountains and we weren't in the city. Like even you guys were saying that shooting CTS was very different.
It was.
Than shooting in the city and shooting the dramas that you've done and stuff like that. So, but comparing with some of the stuff that I've done in North America, like it was the level of professionality definitely was there. I think what was different was just dealing with the environment. I kept on comparing that it was like shooting The Revenant, even though I know there's a huge, distance between the two, but we were shooting with all daylight, dealing with weather issues, dealing with technological issues. We're isolated from the rest of the world and family and friends and all this kind of stuff. So, in that regard, I've never shot a film that was like out in the country.
Well, when the producers, Beenish and all, when they narrated the script to me, and when they told me about all the characters and where the story was going to go, I thought it was very different from the rest of the films that we have made so far. Story-wise also, and I think also what they had in mind with how to execute it and how they didn't want to be too conventional about it. So I thought that this could be something a little different from what we are making these days, and difference always good, no?
Yeah. Shooting during Ramadan. I'm not Muslim. I respect all religions. But that being said, it was such an important period for everyone during the shoot, and obviously for them, they knew the protocol, they knew what to expect. They were mentally prepared for what they had to do to fasten and shoot and all this kind of stuff. But for me, just as an outsider, watching this process was very interesting. And even though I'm not religious, I felt actually a sense of spirituality during this whole process. And what's the period when you guys gotta pray in the middle of the day? You guys gotta do it a few times, right? Namaz, yeah. And like, I guess this is a Ramadan kind of thing. That's regular that you guys need to do.
Yeah, we do it every
But
day.
like this for me, I'm rarely around Muslims to the point of degree that I see this. And like, we're in the middle of an activity and they're like, oh, excuse me, I gotta go pray for 10 minutes. And being around this and seeing how people are so selfless, like, and that's what this faith is. Like they're giving themselves to this, and I just felt touched by everyone's energy and spirituality.
Was it calming?
It was calming. I thought it was very calming. Yeah.
Girl Next Door, yeah, that's everybody says that's my image, but this is different from the other roles because you have to understand, now we do have a lot of working women in our country, right? So maybe back in the day it was like a big thing to go out and work, but nowadays it's very common. And my character actually portrays a normal, she comes from a very normal background, and she goes out, she works, she's still studying, she's a doctor. So you see the side of a very ordinary girl how she lives her life, how she manages her work and friends and family. And for women empowerment, I would just say, I mean, you see her living her life to the fullest pretty much, she's not stopped by her father, she's not stopped by any man that she may have any liking towards, so you see her in a very, very, very normal light. Like there's no biggie about her doing what she does,
So okay, I recently spent the last year and a half learning Mandarin, like full time. So I've been learning language, period. And learning a language is like learning anything else. You do it once you kind of build the mechanism to have the kind of information used in your brain, right? So yeah, learning or doing much the same way. I just kind of slotted it in the same kind of system that I created for learning Mandarin. And again, being in a perfect environment where lots of people spoke the language, a lot of people were happily teaching me the language. I can't go and give you a monologue, but I think the words that I did learn have really kind of stuck with me. And I had a lot of fun. Like, I still have a lot of fun, throwing Urdu out and getting reactions from people and like, oh, like this guy speaks Urdu. Like, oh, weird. You know what I mean? So, no, I enjoy it. It's a cool language.
आप मुझसे बात क्यों नहीं करती?
फजूल लोगों के लिए वक्त नहीं है मेरे पास।
सेम हियर।
तुम अभी भी खराटे लेती हो।
मैं अभी भी ये बात नहीं मानूंगी।
The experience was amazing. He always brought this energy on set because I'm the kind of actor like I could do method acting, but I feel like I don't usually need it unless probably a scene which needs intense emotions, right? Like maybe grief or sadness or something. So maybe that I will sort of spend my day with. But with others, I can just switch on and off. But he would
She
bring...
does a good job, though. Really good job.
Thank you. But he would bring this intense energy of feeling the scene and moment, and you automatically, channel that. So that was always very helpful. What I learned from him was how to stay in the mood. Because I snap in and out, so it's easy to lose the sort of the feeling of the scene.
Yeah.
So he
Stick with it.
so I learned how to stay in the mood and be in whatever mood we're supposed to be. And yeah, he taught me some Mandarin.
I did. I don't know. Pakistan was okay. I've said this story a few times, but like the moment I landed in Pakistan, obviously the first time I came for the shoot, I was getting off the plane in Islamabad when a guy, we're in the bus heading into the airport, and he starts talking to me in Mandarin, and I was just like, you're like literally the first person I talked to in Pakistan, and you're talking to me in Mandarin, and he's just like so nice and so friendly, and turns out that he's a doctor that's lived in China for a long time. His Mandarin was pretty good, enough to hold a conversation, and he said himself, it's like, I was a stranger and a foreigner in China. I know what it's like to not have friends, so I just want you to feel welcome and just feel like you're okay here. And I was like,
sweet.
and I was so touched. Like that seriously changed me instantaneously, and I think that set the bedrock for the whole trip.
I think just the fact that I don't think I would have ever gone to Hunza otherwise, because I love traveling, but I don't know, I probably would have never gone up there. And just going there and with a bunch of people, we were about like above 80. Like we were a team of
80 people?
Yeah, 80, 100 people.
Oh my God.
So just sort of getting to know so many different people and spending 45 days straight with them, getting to know them so differently also, and sort of feeling like a family. And like if I was to go to Hunza now, I know that experience will be completely different. And yes, I wish I had the opportunity of going back home and coming, but because the flights were so tough and it was just very hectic, so I decided to stay on for 45 days. It was a great experience. I'm glad that I got to know the people the way I did.
तुम्हारे इस इलाके में इस तरह के और पीस हैं?
नहीं, ऐसा पहली बार देखा।
पहाड़ों की छतों पे रखा है ये आसमां।